I just have to ask both of you the question, have you ever used a psychic?
No.
For something important in your life, have you ever
Never.
used?
You know, I've gone to do like tea leaf reading, your palm, I've done it, but not for anything important.
My mother has, and sometimes after she does that, she gets like mean to me, and you know, like I feel like they've told her something about me that she didn't like, and you know, I don't like that. I don't like this.
I had this real high-end patient in New York City, Park Avenue, my practice there, real high-end, getting ready to do a surgery. She said, I want you to do it, but you first have to meet my psychic. So
Really?
she came in with her psychic who had to look at me and look at my hands and said,
Well,
okay.
and I'll tell you, a lot of people use a psychic. This particular case, wow. If you've ever used the advice of a psychic, you may be able to relate. But our next guest, Lisa, her story went viral. Why? She canceled her wedding after seeing a fortune teller 3 weeks before her big day. She's now joining us via Skype from her home in the UK. So, Lisa, we have to ask, why?
Well, when I was there, she got my palm and she looked at me so serious and she just said to me, Lisa, my dear, you do know this wedding will not go ahead. And I was gobsmacked. I just did not know what to do, think, or say. And I just kind of looked at her and she was adamant. And she said to me, fate has other plans for you, my dear. And I'm looking at her like, okay. And then she said that my soulmate would be arriving, but it was not the person that I was intending to marry, and the big bravado, the big wedding that I was planning, which I was. I had like 9 bridesmaids booked. And wow.
Lisa, did you think about getting a second opinion on that, or did you just, or did you just say, okay, whatever you say?
No, I think she planted the seed and I allowed it to grow, which was the best thing ever, really, because it wasn't fate, it was unfinished business.
Well, I will say this, to each their own, and it sounds like you've actually met someone new at this stage, and your psychic says that he is the one?
Well, she did say to me that my soulmate would be on his way. And so when I cancelled my wedding and I sat down and I had the conversation, I didn't actually say, oh, a psychic told me to, so I'm just going to call this off. I kind of sat down with him and had the conversation. He wasn't very happy.
No.
And he didn't really leave quietly. But yeah, he understood that we're probably best suited as friends. And so I went back and visited the psychic not so long ago, and she looked at me and she smiled. And she said to me, Lisa, he has arrived. And she just looked at me and sort of like touched my arm, and I was just like, yeah.
I have to ask this, the new gentleman you've met, you're not engaged to get married yet, are you?
Not yet, but I wouldn't rule it out.
Well, we wish, you know, at the end of the day, we wish you nothing but happiness, and thank you for sharing your story with us.
I feel like psychics use
So what's the moral of the story?
I mean, I think that what psychics do is they kind of will maybe pull up emotions that you have suppressed, and that you, if you feel that way, if you feel a way about something and you want it to be real, they can maybe help you to make that real.
Well, I think it's also...
I think she may have had a little seed in there.
Hesitation, something, and that's all she needed.